Let's hear from the coach. We call it Behind the Beard with Bobby Smyrniotis, head coach and technical director of Forge FC. Now, the man who takes us there, here's Anthony Urciuoli on the Forge Audio Network.
Hey, Coach, time to digest that last match. Anything you can take from that game against Cavalry?
Yeah, I thought for a large part of the game we were very good. You know, I think there was moments where we caused ourselves some unforced errors without anything different coming from the opponent. We've done a good job to get back in the game, and unfortunately we've given up one at the end against a team who was desperate on the day, and they pushed right to the end. So, you know, it's a tough one to take, you know, as it's finished, but of course you move on to the next one. You know, win, lose, or draw, that's the most important thing that this team does, and we look forward to York.
Talk about that process after a match. Is it you and the coaches just kind of review film and then go over it with the players? Is that how it works?
I think the process is the same. Doesn't matter what the result is, you know, and that's the mentality I have. You know, we do the exact same thing, no different. Doesn't matter on the result of the game. We want to see where our process has worked on the pitch. You know, we always want to be the aggressor in the game. And I thought on the ball, for the most part, we were statistically and everything like that. It's just we needed to be a little bit sharper in the final third. You know, we got into the final third and into their box with quite ease, especially in the first half. But you need to execute, and if you execute, you take care of the games. And if you don't, you give your opponent a chance to be part of the game. And I think that's a little bit what we did on that game. And you know, the process is the same. We move forward. We go to York. It's another team that provides a different challenge this coming Saturday, and it's as everyone, it's an important one.
How has Johnny Grant looked since coming back to training?
Yeah, he's fully training now for the last, I think it's close to 10 days, 2 weeks. Everything is looking fine in his progress. It's been very good in a lot of the small-sided stuff and the larger games, and I think he's getting close to being back and ready for the lineup.
Where does he fit in with the fullbacks, which you've gotten fantastic play out of this season?
Yeah, I think for everybody, they fit in when their time comes. You know, right now the defensive unit is doing an excellent job across the board. You know, not only in these last few games, but throughout the season. But the one thing that's important is every player will play a key role at some point when the time is called upon. You know, and sometimes that may come upon because somebody gets injured, somebody is out for some reason, and now it's a matter of as a player, are you ready to step up into that role? And I think that's the thing that a lot of these players need to do coming back into from injury, is just being prepared for their moments, and when their moments comes, they need to be able to grab them.
With the forward rotation, is it situational? Is it depending who you're playing and what stage of the game? What kind of factors into your decisions?
I think most of it is situational. You know, we look at the opponents, we look at the zones, we look at how we want to attack. Do we want to be a little bit more direct in the final third? Do we need guys who are coming in from wider situations? Do we need guys playing in the half spaces? So it all depends on what our opponent is giving us in certain areas of the field, and which players we think do best in those parts of the pitch. There's situations in the game that arise from that, but then there's also certain players who are doing a great job in the moment, and you have them keep on going from game to game. So you look at a lot of different factors. It's not just one little thing that we look at. Having a week between games right now gives a lot of proper rest for the players without that big stimulus of midweek games. So we take a lot of different factors into seeing who's going to start.
As the backline gets more healthy, where does Alex fit on that backline, or does he go back to midfield?
Yeah, I think when you look at Alex, he's been the best center back in the league. There's a reason why Forge has the least goals against, and our defensive group does an excellent job. So that we'll see. It's a challenge for everyone right now. This team is playing well, the players are playing well, the players that are in the lineup are playing well. So like discussed with a few of the other positions, it's a matter of how the team is going. Alex has given us a different dimension with him playing in the back, and we'll just see as guys get healthier and get rotated into the lineup, what that brings from the quality of what we have on the pitch. But right now we've got a lot of good quality in the way we're playing football, some of the best football we've been playing as a club over our short history as an organization. So we take it one game at a time.
And your opponent this weekend, are you expecting anything different from York, or is it still the team you've accustomed to at this point?
Yeah, I think what we expect from every team is energy. We see it week in, week out. The teams, either they're playing here at Tim Hortons Field or we're playing at their home, put their best up against Forge. We see that, and we watch all the games of all the teams in the league, but I can tell you that the energy output is always, much bigger when teams are playing against Forge, and that's what we expect with York. They've obviously had a struggling part to the season, but it's always an important game if you can come in and take some points from Forge. So we have to be up to that challenge and up to that test, and we know they will be.
You in training, high tempo, a lot of energy. Is that necessary to be able to simulate? In order to play that way in a game, do you have to train that way as well?
Yeah, I think there's different things you do in the week, and certain days you need that tempo. For us, tempo is an important thing. If you want to play with the ball and keep the ball and beat sometimes some lower blocks, you have to do that with speed. If you want to counter press, you have to do that, and your actions have to be very quick. So training must always mimic the game. So there's always 2 days in the week and a full day where the tempo is at its a maximum. That we won today was one of those days, and it's up to the players to keep on doing that. That'll give them the volume of intensity they need to be able to assert themselves in games.
We are the Forge, the mighty, mighty Forge. You just don't think you understand.
This has been Forge FC head coach and technical director Bobby Smyrniotis and Behind the Beard. The most Forge content can be found on the Forge Audio Network with Anthony Urciuoli. Subscribe on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.